to be sent inside at all, and outside they're discouraged from mixing outside at all in pubs and restaurants, and those sort of places, and they should adhere to that. But so should the Prime Minister.
The trouble is, you know, young people in particular, they watch this stuff with Boris Johnson and, you know, they laugh at him. They don't take him seriously. They're not going to abide by these rules. So, actually, his behaviour, increasingly, is going to cost lives. It will. We saw yesterday, these numbers yesterday were deeply worrying. 7,500 new cases, a record number for one day. Massive increase on Monday and nearly double the same day the week before. Same with the number of new deaths reported. Highest for months, nearly double the same day last week. Massively higher than Monday, 71 to 13. It's not a joke, people.
No,
this
however,
is the second wave of a pandemic.
The Prime Minister is portrayed as a joke, for instance, on the front of the Daily Mirror this morning. And you thought you were confused. Boris, the fool of six, standing there scratching his head because he can't explain the new rules.
Well, we would love to have put these questions directly to the Prime Minister or any of his government. It's day 155 of the government's boycott of our programme. To be honest with you, the government minister they put out today is Alok Sharma, who is so spectacularly, consistently useless that it's almost a blessing he's not here, because it would feel a bit like seal clubbing, to be honest with you. So let's just let Alok self-implode on other programmes. We'll keep an eye out for him, but he is, of all of them, and the bar is very low, he is awful. Let's just talk about sozzled cads and bonking, shall we?
That sounds like my university years.
Well, so when I was young, everyone knew what a cad was, a wally, right, a nincompoop.
Oh, I love that.
A boogie,
a cad is a badly
bonk.
behaved person.
These are
right?
all phrases, apparently, which young people today, under 30, have no idea what they are. 40% of people under 30 have no idea what a cad is or a bonk. Imagine going through life
what
not knowing what a bonk
is. What a shame if you
is.
don't know what a bonk is. You're missing out, youngsters.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. It's a new survey that this just says that these old words going out of fashion, and Jilly Cooper, who used a lot of these words in her bonk busters, of course, she said it's really such a shame.
Did Jilly Cooper write riders?
She said she's going to write a plonk buster called Sozzled. Very interesting, though, how words come and go, isn't it?
There we go. A cad is a man who behaves dishonourably, especially towards a woman.
A cad, you know. Think Boris. Cad, Wally, plonker.
Sozzled?
Bonker. They all pretty much apply to our Prime Minister. Sozzled. Nincompoop. Yeah, actually, if you think about it, every one of the words which are going out of fashion apply directly to our nincompoop, sozzled, bonking cad Prime Minister.
God,
Wally.
You'd think in the middle of the biggest crisis we have experienced in a generation, we would be able to have more respect for the leader who is leading us through.
He doesn't deserve any respect. He's lost the respect of the people because he's a bumbling fool who isn't taking this seriously. And I'm afraid it is a very serious situation. And we need serious leadership. We need someone to take over that party and take over the country who understands the severity of it.
He's curious, having had it and had been so seriously ill in hospital, that there isn't more attention to detail because he knows it could have cost him his own life. That in itself seems quite peculiar to me.
He is, Ranvir, he is woefully ill-suited. Even people that support him and like him think he is woefully ill-suited to this challenge right now. You can see
except he may have some long COVID symptoms. I mean, nobody's saying
then
that.
stand down then.
No, but one wonders.
People are
Stand down. If you're not up to the job physically, then don't do it.
He's been asked specifically about that, and he was asked whether he's suffering from long COVID, and he has denied that. He denies still feeling the effects of coronavirus. A lot of people have been wondering whether he's getting enough sleep, whether he's rested enough, whether he's healed enough.
He's got a new baby.
And he said, I'm fit as a butcher's dog.
Yeah, that's not what I hear. Let's look at his spitting image puppet. It's just about sums him up. And have you got the footage of him and Trump in the sauna? Because that I think, just about sums them both up too. We're going to reveal my spitting image puppet later.
Oh, it's a treat.
If you think that one was rude, wait till you see mine. It is every bit as embarrassing as you would hope. Anyway, here's Boris and Trump, the spitting image.
To the Romans, Latin pun, is spitting image. Splitting scrimmage, spitting image. Scrimmage. Oh, it's a sketch show with puppet caricatures of real people. It can be rather nasty. Puppets? That is the very most moronic thing I've ever heard. My puppet is going to be the best puppet, and I love it.
So good.
There's a
timely.
bit of clip of them in the sauna later, which just about sums them up. It's a joke. Talking of jokes, so a British publisher is now going to, this is Fourth Estate, are now going to publish a book that's caused outrage in France. It's based on an essay called Moi les hommes, je les déteste, which is by a lady called Pauline Armange, described as an ode to misandry by a French government advisor.
Can you just translate the title for us? It's a fluent.
It means I hate men. It's called literally I hate men.
Right.
Les hommes, je les déteste. Now, my point is this. Imagine if I wrote a book,
Yeah.
an homage entitled I Hate Women.
Right.
How far do you think that would get with a publisher in this country?
I don't
the
know.
nearest second.
I'm sure there are
How far do you think that
with
picture
those,
would go?
that
Hey,
title.
guys, I've got a great idea for a book. It's called I Hate Women. You know what, Piers? A, no one's going to publish that book. And B, you're going to be arrested. And you're going to be put in jail for the rest of your natural life.
If
But
only.
No, if a woman does it, I hate men. What's incredible is she lives in Lille with her husband. I mean, what kind of doormat is this bloke?
Oh, so she doesn't hate her husband. She doesn't hate all men.
Imagine being a husband who allows her his wife.
Doesn't need
Hang on.
permission.
called
He
I
doesn't need
Hate
to allow her to
Men.
do anything.
My wife will not be doing a book called I Hate Men. I can tell you that. Absolutely extraordinary.
We need to detest.
This is my wife's ode to men.
Ode to odious men.
I mean, is there a serious point there, seriously? When that book comes out, it'll be a huge hit. She'll make loads of money out of a book called I Hate Men. To which I say, sorry, but unless I can do a book called I Hate Women, which I don't, I love women.
Try and
But
do
imagine
one.
if I could, it wouldn't be allowed. It's the constant double standard on this sexism
And
nonsense.
hang on, don't you address the constant double standard on sexism in a book you have written?
I do. It's called Wake Up.
Wake Up.
You can pre-order it on Amazon right now. It's going to be the biggest book of the next few months, so get in early.
On this programme it will be.
Great Christmas present, that. If you need someone in your life to wake up, you know where to go and get the book, and it'll wake them up. But,
Right.
you know, it's one of the themes. It's this hypocrisy on sexism. And that's a clear example, absolutely clear example. I Hate Men book opens new front in gender wars. No, it doesn't. It just exemplifies the total double standard in the gender war. If a man tried to do a book called I Hate Women, he wouldn't be allowed to. It would not be allowed. Nobody would publish it. It is. The world's gone nuts, Ashi. Yeah, it is.
The world's gone nuts.
Yep. But fortunately, I'm here to save it.
Thank God for Piers. Let's lift your spirits with the competition.
That
Your
does
chance
not lift my spirit.
to win £100,000.
Andy Peters is the opposite of a spirit
He
lift.
puts a smile on
He's the
everyone's
mood
face.
hoover.
Here is Andy. Only for you, you weirdo.
Good morning and welcome to Oban on the west coast of Scotland, gateway to the Hebrides. I'm here with an amazing prize. It's worth over £154,000 and it starts with £100,000 in cold hard cash. 100 grand to spend on whatever you like. You'll also win Miss Family SUV. It's automatic and has all the mod cons which you'd expect in a brand new car. And of course, if you come to Oban, you've got to try the seafood. Anthony, how fresh is all the stuff on this platter?
Literally 3 hours from the sea.
Some of this stuff was in the sea 3 hours ago.
Literally 3
That
hours
is
from the sea.
unbelievable. If I gave you 100 grand, what would you buy?
Oof. Sports car.
Sports car. You won't have to buy a car, so we're including a car. So you'll get the cash and the car. It's so simple. All you've got to do is enter, and here's how. For your chance to win the car and the cash, text WIN to 62525. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Or go to the website, entries cost £2. You can call 09068 782525. Calls cost £2 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to BK37, PO Box 7558, Derby, DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 2 p.m. on Friday the 16th of October. Remember, it's a two-part prize and I'd love you to win. You better enter, otherwise you'll be saying, "Scallops, I didn't enter."
Nippy. Great in a small car, not so great in your bedroom first thing. Proud sponsors of Good Morning Britain National Weather. Boxed boilers.
Good morning to you. It is all change in the world of weather. Today, a band of rain marches across the country. The first rain many of us have seen for much of this month, which has been exceptionally dry. The winds pick up, but it will brighten up from the west later. This is what happened overnight. A band of rain moved through Northern Ireland, now spreading into western Scotland, northwest England, Wales, and knocking on the door of the southwest of England as well. If it is dry where you are to start, for the central and eastern areas, it won't be long before the rain arrives with you. So do not leave the house without an umbrella or a raincoat. Through the day, we see that cloud moving its way eastwards, then the winds freshen and the rain arrives. It'll be heavy through southwestern areas later. A lot of spray on the roads, a few showers through the west, but skies will brighten, but there'll be much more of this as we head through the rest of this week.
For the weather where you are in detail, go to itv.com/weather.
Wednesday, 30th of September 2020. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid.
Just been informed that Fourth Estate, the publishers who bought the rights to I Hate Men, is actually part of HarperCollins, who are publishing my book. So I will be going to my HarperCollins bosses later and pitching my new book, I Hate Women. Let's see how far I get with that.